5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hello and welcome, everyone, to Truth, Beer, and Consequences.
Yay.
You heard the door slam right as the fade, that sick fade.
It was extra emphasis.
Yeah.
See, just like it emphasized that last syllable.
Well, when you go in the door, you got to come out of the door.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
you get
it's the way it goes.
2 clicks of the door there.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Indeed. Well, welcome, everyone, as I said. My name is Marco. I was in the... Well, I still am.
You still are.
I still am.
None of this
I don't want to put anything on the record here, but there might be some occasions where you pop in somewhere and you're like, what
is he doing there?
What are you doing here?
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, let me just say that I'm in the Cincinnati beer space, and I have been for a little while, and it's fun. My mission is to continue to be in the Cincinnati beer space. So, that being said, we can introduce the best co-host in Podcastlandia.
Or we could not. I mean, you didn't sound very excited about that. So, I could
actually. I was going to introduce the conduit for everything that is Cincinnati craft beer.
But we don't have a conduit.
But we are missing the conduit.
We're missing the conduit. So I don't know what the hell we're supposed to do tonight.
I am going to take this moment to say that as far as Gnarly Gnome things that are happening, we have the Oktoberfest Quest coming up, which should be starting very soon.
Yeah.
Everybody keep your eyes and ears out there, open.
On all the social medias. I think he said most of his stuff he's going to try to put on the YouTubes.
Yeah. And show up to the finale when he announces where and when the finale is going to be. Please show up to that.
Go ahead.
I
was just going to say, and if you're in a financial position to go to his Facebook page and scroll for a bit, he has a PayPal link where you can donate money to him to help him buy these beers, because this is an expensive quest that he does every single year, and it is a drain. It can be a burden sometimes, I'm sure. I don't know that he would ever admit to that, so these are my words, not his. But if you have a couple bucks you can throw his way to help him buy all of the 6-packs that he can possibly fit into his 37 different beer fridges for this, please do so.
Also, he's got Cincy Beer Week coming up, so you can go to thegnarlygnome.com/street team and sign up to be a street team member. I don't know exactly what that means, but I think what's going to happen is, in some way, shape, or form, we're going to help spread awareness, I would imagine, and maybe, I don't know, other things.
Talk to some of our favorite places and say, hey, would you at least, for this, it's more than a week, for this Cincy Beer Week experience, would you put up some posters in your space, and would you encourage people to drink local for this week?
Right.
Things like that.
Yeah. And then there's also Big Sis, which is going to be during Cincy Beer Week.
Yep.
So all of those things are going on. Go to thegnarlygnome.com. He puts out content all the time, and check out his content. We're going to talk about some of that a little bit later, as we do with his weekly show happenings. Just wanted to get that out of the way when we would normally introduce him. But I'm going to introduce right now the best co-host in Podcastlandia.
I'm Julia, and I'm double fisting my beverages today.
Yep.
Even though it is Kolsch night, I'm pre-gaming.
Yeah. Got some caffeine.
Caffeine and some alcohol.
Yeah.
We're both drinking actual beverages.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be alcoholic, but today. Yes.
Right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right now. Marco, what is in your glass?
I have a Schwester from Northern Row. It's a collaboration with Shumi's Mexabrow. It's a collaboration Festbier.
Mexabrow.
Yeah.
Shumi's Mexabrow.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Excellent.
What do you have, Julia?
I have Meadow, HighGrain.
HighGrain's Festbier.
And I also have half a mug still of HG Coffee Company's House Blend.
Yeah.
Yes.
What else do we got going on? What other housekeeping things do we have? We apparently have a storm coming in, and so we have umbrellas that are swaying back and forth out over here at the beautiful Higher Gravity at Summit Park. Thank you for being a gracious podcast host, as you always have been. Some housekeeping things. And next week, we are going to celebrate our 4-year pod-iversary here at Higher Gravity. So what we're going to do is we're going to get in early. We're going to record our episode. And we're going to hang out with some of our loyal friends and fans of Truth Beer Pod. So I'm looking forward to seeing, I don't know, Elijah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Elijah. And you're Josh.
Nome and Josh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Elijah Nome, you're Josh.
If you do happen to be in the area on Tuesday, August 26th from 7 to 9 p.m., swing by Higher Gravity Summit Park, and we'll buy your first beer for you.
Yep.
As our way of saying thank you.
Yep.
Yep.
Something pretty cool.
Indeed.
Maybe Nome will bring tubular meats.
Oh, maybe he'll bring his hot dog roller.
That's the
That
move.
would be awesome.
Bring the hot dog roller.
That would be spectacular.
Spectacular.
Maybe we'll have to send him a text, be like, hey,
Bro.
we need this.
Bruh. But you're going to Kolsch night.
I am going to Kolsch night.
I am skipping. I have other obligations
Yes,
tonight,
yes.
but I would normally go to Kolsch night. This is the 2-year anniversary.
Kolsch-iversary.
Kolsch-iversary.
Yes.
And apparently people have thoughts.
People do have thoughts. Northern Road did something absolutely spectacular for a social media post promoting Kolsch night tonight. Apparently someone showed up on Kolsch night and they left their opinion. And because Marco and I have talked about the other podcasts that we're not affiliated with in any way, shape, or form, your stupid opinions.
Correct.
When I saw this, I went, we have got to share this with the world, or at least with the 5 people that listen to us. Some dude out yonder left a 1-star review for Northern Row. In this review, he says, and I quote, "Well, I tried to go here for dinner, but it was Kolsch night, and apparently they do not remember how to make a drink or pour another beer. While I understand the Kolsch thing, why would you turn away business? Just make that a special side thing for those that want to come for it. Makes no sense from a business perspective. Oh well, spent my money elsewhere tonight. Just a dumb management choice."
Clown.
To
All
which,
right.
I would just like to counter, like, yes, on a normal business night, yes, I think that might not make the most sense.
Correct.
They are not open on Tuesdays.
Nope.
Northern Road does not open for business on Tuesdays. The only reason they are open the 3rd Tuesday of every month is specifically for Kolsch night. So they are not alienating anyone that would normally be showing up because it's not
Correct me if
a
I'm
normal
wrong.
business night.
Don't they have food during Kolsch night?
And they also have food, absolutely.
So they could have had food.
They could have had food.
They could have had Kolsch.
Some delicious Kolsch.
They could have been part of a really cool experience.
Instead, they had to stick up their ass and went, yeah.
Clown.
And they left a 1-star review.
Yeah.
So, Northern Row, thank you for calling out that dude out yonder.
That dude out, and you know who you are.
I bet he listens to our show.
You know.
Which, if he listens to our show,
are.
he should know that we are not pleased with such reviews.
No.
Of our favorite establishments.
Yeah. That's the
Yes.
clown.
I'm telling you.
At least he used punctuation.
Speaking of advertising, do you want to advertise some of the content that we listened to this past week? And try to get other people to listen and watch?
Yes.
Because they are fantastic?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. We have Barstool Perspectives.
Oh, yeah.
We have Cincy Brew Dads.
Cincy Brew Dads.
And we have the Weekly Pint.
TWP.
You know.
Yep.
Who is not here.
He's not here.
Slacker. What would you like to start with, Marco, as I take another sip of my coffee?
Let's see. Let's start with the Cincy Brew Dads.
Cincy Brew Dads. Yeah, that was the oldest one on the docket because this episode came out last Tuesday, which is past our cutoff.
Past the cutoff.
Too bad, so sad, but we're still going to talk about you guys.
Yeah.
This is Cincy Brew Dads on YouTube blind taste test local light lager battle.
Oh, yeah.
This was a lot of fun to watch. They had 4 local light lagers, only one of which they ever had before. And totally blind. They
That's
just decided to taste them and go.
Kind of hard to believe, but yeah.
You know.
Just take them for their word. That's fine.
There was 2 on that list that I have not had. So it's not that hard to believe that sometimes you don't get to all the things as quickly as other people get to
I
all.
think there might have been one that I haven't had. The Braxton one I haven't had.
I have not had Braxton Blueprint, and I have not had Third Eye Light.
Same.
See, there you go.
Yeah,
there
same.
you go. The other 2 beers in the 4 that they had this blind tasting was 50 West American Lager and, of course, Cincy Light.
Cincy Light, yeah.
They initially started the video by saying, for people that only drink macro beers, the Bud drinkers, the Miller drinkers, if you wanted to try to get them into craft beer, like drinking local beer, a light lager might be a good way to do it. Which one do they think is the best that they would try to get someone to drink to bring this person into the Cincinnati craft beer family, more or less?
Yeah.
Neither one of them are light lager drinkers. So they said this isn't a style that we typically go for, which I thought was also very good because if it's not a style you typically drink, you'll be a little more critical about how you feel about, like,
I
would
agree.
this make me drink more? So I actually like that. I think some people would prefer, well, I want you to be familiar with the style. That way you're making, more, I'm using air quotes, educated decisions on what you like.
Right.
But that the opposite can also be 100% true. If you don't know about it, you don't have any preconceived notions of anything.
Well, and it's just not their go-to style. That it's not one that they don't like. Right. And I think that's important too. Yeah. Is that somebody, judging the old cliche of somebody judging IPAs and like, well, I don't like IPAs. They're too bitter or whatever. I'm like, yeah, well, roll my eyes and just like, okay, well, then don't drink it.
Right. Exactly.
And don't rate it.
Right.
Good God.
Right. They kind of looked at all the beers and said, yep, they all looked very light and they all looked lagery. Mm-hmm. So those are your physical descriptors.
Light and lagery.
Light and lagery.
Good job.
And one of the funniest parts before they started sipping was, I forget if Ryan or Matt asked, what are you looking for when drinking a light lager? And just the immediate response, something else. I cracked up. It was amazing.
Yep.
They have great comedic timing.
Boom.
They have their shows are just fun to watch. Very, very fun to watch.
Yeah.
In addition to their longer episodes on YouTube, they also do a lot of shorts on both YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah.
So
it is short on.
So unlike Brett and Mike, when they say watch our shorts, you can actually watch Cincy Brew Dads shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Anyway.
is short on Taft's Hazy Gavel Banger.
Hazy Gavel? I said
Hazy
Hazy
Gavel?
Banger, and I'm like, nope, that's not right.
That's not Hazy Gavel.
Hazy Gavel, yep.
Okay.
Yep. This was a 11-minute-ish episode, so we're not going to have a ton to say. And plus, just like any episode or any show where the majority of the show is try this and say what you think about it, we're not going to recap what they think because then you don't really have any strong reason to watch it. And it's a great show. You need to watch this. They both ranked the bottom 2 beers the same. So they said, okay, what's your number 1, 2, 3, and 4?
Yep.
They had the same bottom 2, and their top 2 were just flipped.
Yep.
Which I liked. I liked that it wasn't a complete, everything's exactly the same across the board.
Yeah, I agree.
And then they asked the Cincy Brew Mom,
Cincy Brew Mom.
can we pick which beer was from which brewery?
Right.
When all of them had only ever had one of the 3 beers. So just knowing what they knew about the other breweries, could they try to figure out?
And that was fun.
That was fun. That was a
part.
lot of fun. So definitely watch to see how well they did or did not do. Who won?
Who won?
Did Matt win? Did Ryan win? Watch to find out. And I do have it under good authority when I messaged Ryan to just squeal over the new 21 Pilots single that just came out. I said, by the way, love the video. Can't wait to talk about it on Tuesday. And he said, just so you know, there will be more style clashes coming out.
All right.
So if you like this,
Looking forward to
keep an
that.
eye on their YouTube channel, and then they'll put clips on Instagram again. But again, to get everything that they're doing, follow them on the YouTubes. And I can't wait to see what's coming up next.
Yeah.
And also the sip count.
Okay.
Very, very, very important part of any video recap that we do.
This is true.
In this 11-minute episode,
Okay.
there were 42 sips.
Oh my God.
That is 84
84
ounces,
ounces.
according to our drinking game, which is 5.25 pints.
Yeah. All right.
Yes. And again, that is with some of the editing where you could tell that they were about to take a sip and then it cut,
Didn't
so that didn't
materialize.
count. I also have it under good authority that one of their next long-form videos has minimal editing to ensure that we get the most sips
Oh, wow.
out of the episode.
Okay.
So alcohol poisoning.
Let's go.
Get ready.
Get ready.
It's gonna happen.
Hold on, liver.
Cincy Brew Dads. Super fun.
Dads.
I'm so glad that that they're doing what they're doing, that we stumbled upon them, and
Yeah.
that we get to talk to them. And that,
Yeah, absolutely.
met Ryan purely by chance. He's
Yep.
awesome, and can't wait for him and Matt to swing by some Tuesday
That'll be fun.
and get a mic in front of them and have them tell their own stories.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Excellent.
Excellent work.
All right, 2 more shows. Did you want to take a break? Do you want to just kind of roll through everything? And
No, we can go to the next one.
okay, I say we end with Weekly Pint just because that's going to be the most
Yeah,
introspective
Yeah.
from all of us, I think.
that's what I think.
So, Barstool Perspective from August the 15th, 2025. I titled this one "Blinded by the Light,"
Blinded by the light.
or Mike's Head.
Mike's head, yeah.
Yeah.
Solo Mike.
It was another all Mike episode. Apparently, Brett got detained by ICE, and no one knows when he is going to be back.
Yeah.
Rumor is he is trying to make toilet wine at Alligator Alcatraz.
Sent you a video about that.
Nice.
The toilet one.
Oh, that's right. You did. You
Yeah.
did. I
Not
was
the-
thinking
not the
Alligator.
al-
yeah.
no,
yeah,
not
yeah.
Alligator.
I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch that one, but
No,
yes,
I
you did.
no. I did not send you a video of Alligator Alcatraz.
This episode was a whole lot of kind of like no shit news, and also just nothing good. So I don't know how much we really
Not a whole lot of
dive
good.
into a lot of it.
Not a whole lot of good.
Drinking is at an all-time low, just kind of across the board, which they've been
Bad-
saying
bad
for a long
news.
time. And yeah, there's well,
It's so bad that the official data is just bad, really bad. Mm-hmm. Down
yes, if you-
considerably.
yeah.
Not like
Right. Not just like it's down 2-3%. It's double digit,
Yeah.
big double digit percentages, which
Yeah.
I'm still trying to do my part. I need you all to keep drinking to do your part as well.
Yeah. Come on, everybody.
Bump those numbers up.
Do better, be better.
If you think going out is getting more expensive, you're correct.
Okay.
So,
No
you
shit.
know,
That goes back to the
exactly.
no shit news.
news, exactly. Apparently, in Britain, it is extremely dangerous to be a bartender.
I didn't realize they had that kind of aggression over there.
I didn't either. There are more workplace injuries per capita than children in coal mines tend
That's
to have.
ridiculous.
You know what I mean? It's
That's crazy.
some of it I understand, the like accidental slips and stuff like that. I mean, that sure, that can happen if you're not paying attention and water on the floor or whatever. But
Right.
man,
Don't spill beer on the floor. It's too expensive to be spilling beer on the floor.
If you spill it, you're licking it up. They keep the floors clean enough here, and it's alcohol. It's going to sanitize anything that it spills on anyway, right? That's how it works.
Not beer usually.
Well, okay, fine. So once I spill my beer, I'll grab some of the vodka or something, put that on top
Yeah,
of it,
that might work.
sanitize, and then I'll get a straw, and
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Slurp.
Yeah. Let's see. Canadian land.
America's hat.
They used to be one of the top buyers of U.S. wine and Kentucky bourbons.
Yep.
Thanks to the tariff, no more tariffs.
Oh yeah.
That is no more. So again, it's
tariffs.
not good news. It's not.
No, it's not good
anything.
news.
It
And
might
it's
be good
also
for
not
Canada.
shocking.
No, right, exactly. It's just another. Well, no shit.
Yeah.
That's what the giant
Oh,
Cheeto
but everything's
is doing.
big and beautiful. Oh my God.
Oh, so something. He did give for these hard economic times. Mike did give a way to get drunk on the cheap if you also want to be an asshole at the same time.
See, that's the problem.
That's the problem. If
That's
you do
the problem.
this,
If you want to be
you
an
are an
asshole.
asshole. Yes. So we
Not going to tell you.
No. And yeah, let's not. If you want to know how to get drunk on the cheap while being a complete asshole, watch this episode.
And also take information from Mike.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Mike gave his thoughts on self-checkouts, which should be, that's more no shit news on his thoughts on self-checkout.
That's everybody's thoughts on self-checkout.
When they first came out, when it was first a thing, and I only went to the store to get 1 or 2 items, I'm like, this is fucking great. I don't have to wait behind, like every single aisle, or cashier checkout thing is people with 5 grocery carts, chained together and all that. It's like I have 2 things. and there are 37 people in the small or like 15 or less thing. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
2-3 months later, when people were taking their full-ass shopping carts through the self-checkout and you couldn't get help from anyone if you got the, remove item from bagging area. I didn't fucking put anything in the bag. There's nothing there. There's no wrong item anywhere. Yeah, no, that novelty did not last long.
Here's what I also hate about what Kroger's doing with their checkout processes is that they staff the checkouts with minors now. And so you got your 2 for $3 Cincy Light with lime, and then you got your rest of your groceries and all that. And then you got to wait
for them to
call somebody over that's, of age to scan your alcohol and your ID, by the way, because apparently it's a company policy now where you have
scan
to
your ID.
Scan your ID at Kroger because of
Instead
all the minors that were actually getting, beer at Kroger.
I was fine with them checking my ID and then just manually typing in a birth date. Like, check my ID. If you think that I'm underage, that's fine, whatever. But I don't want my ID scanned because as much as you might
and
say,
data is being collected.
Exactly. As much as you might say, nothing's being stored other than, for that one trend. No. Not how cash works. CACHE, not CASH.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't buy it.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
I don't like it at all.
Although the times that I have bought my alcohol at Kroger are incredibly few and far between.
They should be.
Because 9 times out of 10, they don't have anything that I want. They don't have what I'm looking for, so I come to Higher Gravity or Delhi Liquor. I go directly to the brewery.
What else we got?
The last thing, good news for some of us, maybe.
All right.
Tilray is coming back. Stock was on Friday. It was up to like $1.20.
Oh my!
Maybe I'll be able to retire before I'm dead if this trend continues. I'm going to see.
Are we bullish? Is that what it is?
It's going up.
Is the bear market the bad one and the bull market the good one?
I never remember.
Yeah,
and that's why I don't really do
Fuck
anything
it.
with stocks because I don't know.
Except Tilray.
Well, it's down again a little bit, but it's still over $1. It's at $1.06 right now.
Oh, someone done fucked up.
Right now.
Because it was up a little bit.
It was.
More than that, though. Must have fucked up somewhere.
Yeah, it's fine. It's over $1. So now I'm only still trying to claw my way 2/3 back instead of 100% back, or however fractions and numbers like that work.
Yeah.
Hey, Brett and Mike are still all in on Tilray. They still think that in the long game, it is going to pay off in spades. I'm running the course with them. I've got this.
Diamond hands. Let's go.
Yeah. We'll see.
Okay. All right.
Those are all the notes that I had on this episode of Barstool Perspective, just because, again, everything was news that we already knew, and it was just all depressing. And
the no shit news.
The no shit news,
Yeah, and it's depressing.
And there were no back and forths between him and Brett that normally covers a lot of extra ground.
Yeah, Mike did a good job articulating all the no shit news.
Absolutely.
From the very start, he was like, yeah, no shit.
And he was no longer afraid. Like, the first few times that he did a solo episode, he was afraid to just kind of take a break and take a drink. Now he is more comfortable doing this by himself, so he is okay with not talking for the 2 seconds that it takes him to pick up his schooner or to refill the schooner and sip.
Not a bad deal.
Sip count still isn't great when it's just Mike.
That's to be expected.
But again, right, exactly. There were a total of 12 sips in this 30-ish, 32-ish
24
minute
ounces.
episode. So 24 ounces, a pint and a half.
Okay.
That's fine. That's still good.
That's fine.
Yeah, there was
that might be more than he drank during the show.
Probably.
And for those of you who don't know, schooner is Mike's pimp cup.
Yes. It is spectacular. And they still haven't mentioned missing any glassware from the bar.
They haven't.
Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
I even mentioned it in the comments during the live stream.
Yeah.
Nothing. So I'm like, all right. All right. Let's go ahead and I'll say roll through the weekly pint, but this is where I think a majority of our episode is going to lie because
probably going to get hung up on this one.
Yes. And some of it will be things that we have said before about other places that are no longer with us. But it just... The Weekly Pint episode 275.
TWB.
Listermann is closed, and it's a not-so-happy hour.
He was He was on one last night.
He didn't know if he was going to be kind of sad and depressed during the episode or just full of rage during the episode. I think it was a healthy combination of the two.
I would say yes.
There was a good amount of both.
You got some sadness and some rage.
Yes. He had an actual schnapp.
He did.
Or the schnappening.
Yeah.
It was Rumpelmann's.
Yes. He's had it before. It's fine.
Multiple times. But you know what? Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? The cotton candy that came off when he unscrewed the lid, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fan-freaking-tastic. And then once he... Go ahead.
What do the kids call it on the street? Do they call it the rump or the mince?
Ooh. Probably the mince. Hey, you got any of that mint for me?
Mint?
You know what I mean? It sounds a little more seedy than saying, give me that rump.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you know which way I would do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, watching you and Gnome, I do. Fortunately, I know exactly how both of you tend to take it. The beer for the episode was Listermann Cincinnati. So he dug into his cellar and said, what do I have from Listermann to enjoy, hopefully, if it's not infected on this episode? And Cincinnati was still great.
Yeah.
Not much carbonation left in it. Maybe a tiny bit oxidized, he thought, but still drinking wonderfully.
That's good, because, those can fall off hard.
Yeah. They either hang on pretty well in the fact that you might be able to tell this isn't exactly what it was, but it is still drinkable, I'm still going to enjoy it, or it's a hard, this one is not okay. Drinking cardboard, basically.
Right.
Yeah. Ripping the Band-Aid off, Listermann Closed. One of the oldest breweries in the city, one of the original breweries in the city, one of the original homebrew stores in the city.
Yeah.
The place that I don't think you can argue birthed an untold number of Cincinnati's brewers and breweries.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And just people that were the start of the passionate beer community that we have in this town.
Not just Cincinnati, though. I mean, because they were a homebrew shop and because they started off as a manufacturer of brewing
people
equipment.
People were coming from everywhere to...
Exactly. People were coming from all over the place to get Listermann equipment.
Yeah, yeah. If it was something they couldn't, buy off the shelf somewhere, they knew that Dan could find a way to put it together to make it happen for them. I don't know. Gnome kind of jumped around a bit on it because he would start talking about one thread or one lane of the Listermann story and then be like, well, but you know what? That reminds me of this other thing that I want to mention. So I don't want to say this was disjointed, but there weren't always smooth transitions from one storyline or one piece to the other.
There was a thread throughout the show where he went through the history and a lot of the timeline of Listermann Brewing Company.
Yeah.
And so that is interesting. Some of the milestones or checkpoints that he talks about throughout that journey.
Do you think the Gnome would be as much of the Gnome if he hadn't gone to the homebrew store as often as he did to talk to people? Like he's mentioned this on multiple shows, not just the Weekly Pint, but Drinking with the Gnome and Cincy Brewcast. So this isn't anything new out of last night's episode. He's tried homebrewing, but he's not a home brewer. That was never something that he fell into head over heels. But he loved going to Listermann to just listen to the people that were knee-deep, ankle-deep, neck-deep into homebrewing. Just listen to them talk and discuss and debate and even argue over different malts and different yeasts and different hops. And he loved it when he became the center of attention, when he would say, so I drank this and I tasted this. And then you got them arguing over, well, no, he was tasting these fruits because of the hops. No, it has to be because of the yeast. It has to be this, that. That kind of grassroots, I'll say education, where does that happen anymore? when it comes to
So
beer.
it's really tough. It's really tough because it used to be the person behind the bar at the brewery. But now what's happened is so few of the people, in my experience, and I'm not going to talk about everywhere, and I'm not going to, I'm not knocking anybody's bartenders.
Right.
But what I will say is that because there is a need to fill those opportunities, a lot of times you fill those opportunities with people who either have or haven't been in the bar restaurant business, but those who have been in the bar restaurant business may not have the same sort of level of care or understanding or passion as somebody who has never been behind a bar before but loves craft beer and is willing to learn, the nuances of pouring it and the way that you approach somebody who's going to come and drink at your establishment.
Right. I mean,
so I'm not going to say that they're obviously in any spectrum of work. There's people who do an amazing job. There's people who really don't do that great a job. And then there's a lot of people in the middle. What we're looking for is we're hoping that the middle has a knowledge and a passion for this so that you're getting that information from somebody behind the bar, right?
Right. I mean, there have been plenty of times where I've gone up to a bar, and this will be at both a brewery and a tap room, or a bar somewhere that's not making their own product. Oh, what beer are you liking right now, or what's kind of good on the board? Oh, I don't know. I don't really drink beer.
It happens a lot. It happens a lot at establishments.
And to your point, I don't think that everyone behind a bar needs to have the same kind of passion to dive into things like you and I would.
Yeah.
But I do think that, at least from the way that I try to approach any job that I have to do, this might not be my thing, but let me try to learn enough about it to where I can help out the person that asks me a question.
Well,
or be willing to say, you know what, I'm not sure about that. Let me, ask a coworker. Do you mind if I Google that real quick? Because I'm not sure, and I'd like to try to find an answer for you.
Well, it's like me working at a pizza restaurant, right? Like, because I can't have cheese, I can't have lactose.
Right.
So,
But you still know
someone
what a
asked me,
good
what's my favorite pizza? I don't know. I don't eat any of this stuff.
Right.
What do you mean? Well, I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't eat it.
Right.
That's not the way you should approach that scenario. The way you should approach that scenario is say, well, tell me what sort of mood you're in. What do you like?
This is our top seller. People are always looking for,
you tell me
don't
what
have
you
to know
like,
anything
and then I'll say
into it.
Well, since you like that one, you may love this one. This one's very popular, and then you give them the reasons. It's because this is what the base of this is the sauce base.
Right.
This
like
is,
if
all the
say,
toppings.
If they say I can't stand pepperoni, you're not going to try to sell them on like a meat lovers.
Yeah. Our number one
It's
selling pizza is pepperoni. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like, I don't know. That's the only thing that I ever get, so I can't tell you about the rest of this. You don't have to know everything, and I just feel like, just to kind of go back to talking about Listermann specifically, it had been I don't even know if I want to say a slow decline. I feel like it happened faster than not that I wanted to see it change at all.
Well,
but it seemed like it was a fairly rapid change from going in and being able to ask the bartender, oh, that's new on tap. What kind of beer? Just simple as the style. What kind of beer is that? Or, what do you know about this? And then, to at least say, oh, it's a golden stout versus, I don't know. That's new. That was here when I got here. Okay. Just that care, the ability, not the ability, but the desire to want to help educate or direct your customer to something that they'll enjoy so that they stay for a second or a third and maybe take some product to go home, to take home. When you don't care, okay, well, I'm here for one beer, and it didn't really feel like they cared if I was here or not, or if they didn't even care if I had a good experience or not. So one and done. I'm out. I'm going somewhere else.
And I want to be pretty transparent about the fact that I'd only been to Listermann a couple of times. Mm-hmm. So when I talk about my experience going around town and these observations, they weren't necessarily particularly about Listermann.
Right. Yeah.
But what I would say is that what I'm observing is a reality in the industry that a lot of times doesn't help.
Sure.
So,
Sure.
but when you talk about, was this a quick, was this quick or was this not that quick? Honestly, when Listermann, and I don't want to give too much away about the timeline, when Listermann went into the trail house and then had to then close the trail house, and then we knew that Dan was looking to exit the business.
Yeah.
A lot happened probably internally, and then a lot happened too with people's passion for Listermann. And what I mean by that is people had more options. The unfortunate thing that happened with COVID is a lot of people realized that they can save money by staying home.
Sure.
Pre-pandemic, a lot of people would be out after 9 o'clock at night.
Right.
They get off work, they go have a beer or two, and then they go home, whatever it is. That doesn't happen a lot anymore. Now, the business trends, after 9 o'clock, a lot of places aren't busy anymore. Everything is geared now so much to making it convenient to be at home. One of the stories that we didn't talk about from
Barstool.
the Barstool Perspective was DoorDash and how much of the market share they have. So all of these things are meant to help you stay home.
I think, but I also think there's more to it than just that. I think you're absolutely right. The impetus and the drive, like you have to go out to get your entertainment, your food, your whatever. You don't.
Yeah.
You absolutely do not.
But you also don't have to go to Dana Avenue.
Right.
So,
and I think that's part of it too. There were kind of COVID times and shortly after COVID times, a ton of breweries. I mean, there still are a ton of breweries here in Cincinnati. And I think that there was a shift during COVID of we have to go to these local places to try to help them stay open by buying stuff for carry out or, however they were trying to continue to sell their product. I think a lot of people started going to some other places that maybe were closer to their home because, well, this is closer, they're local, let's try to buy a couple things here and here. And then their routines changed. Instead of after work or on Saturdays, we're going up to Listermann. Well, hey, because I checked out this place to try to make sure that as many local places stay open, I'm going to go over here. Either I like it better or there's a different offering that they don't have. Just something changed in that routine.
You got so many different options to get a great New England IPA, a great stout, or a great lager that you just didn't have to go to Listermann anymore.
Right.
And a bunch of years ago, that was one of the few places that
consistently good beer. Right, absolutely.
And now there's other places, and those options may be closer to your environment, whether it's your work environment or your home environment or the environment where your kids are at soccer practice and there's a brewery right across the street.
Right. Yeah.
You just didn't need to go to Listermann anymore.
Yeah.
Unless you prioritize that.
Sure.
And you came from the suburbs to go there, or you were a local.
Yeah.
Right there in the Norwood area.
Yeah.
But this is true for a lot of other places too, is that they were one of the standouts or pillars of this movement, and now there's just a lot more places that you can go to. Of course, Ryan Geist is still busy on a Friday or Saturday night.
Yeah.
However, if you think back to when you were there 8 or 9 years ago, before they had air conditioning, and the place was packed and everybody was sweating.
True craft lover if you were putting up with that place before they had AC.
It's just a different kind of business.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just a different kind of busy, is what I'll put it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
And so I think Listermann kind of struggled from a lot of different factors. People can blame the ownership that changed, and then what I would say is that Noam, and go and watch so that you can get his thoughts on that.
Yeah.
What I will say is that I think he makes a fair point that Dan Listermann had the opportunity to start a business with what he knew, which is being an engineer.
Yep.
And a passion for craft beer or beer. good beer.
Yeah.
And then turned that into a brewery and, a homebrew store and a brewery.
Yeah. One of the first tap rooms.
The owners that purchased Listermann from Dan had a passion for craft beer, but from what I understand, didn't have the previous experience. And does
that harken back to last week's discussion about if you don't actually own a vineyard because it's hard cosplay that you do?
Yeah.
And same with like brewing or being a brewer, owning a brewery. Don't actually do it if you're not willing. And I'm not saying that the new ownership didn't put in work, but I don't know if they realized.
But Dan had such a long time to be able to figure this out.
Yeah.
And at that time, they did figure it out, and people were, flocking there.
Yeah.
For their product.
Mm-hmm.
They just unfortunately got to a point where they had to stop trying to figure it out.
I wonder if did they stop trying to figure it out, or did they ever even start trying? And they went, hey, we're on this wave. If we just let things go as they are, we'll be fine.
I don't know.
Did they kind of understand the ebbs and flows, and they just kind of realized, oh, that wave's crashing too late, and now they're like, okay, now we have to figure something out, and it was already, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
I think, unfortunately, complacency is something that is, unfortunately, a dirty word, and you can't.
But it might have been part of
it's possible.
The whole story here, yeah.
It's possible. But if you're not trying to get better, then you're getting worse.
Yeah. It comes back to a conversation that we've had, I think, every single time a local brewery has closed. None of which I think has had the historical impact on Cincinnati beer that Listermann has had.
Yeah.
Rivertown would be, Blank Slate, Rivertown. They all were very big key players.
They were, but not to the degree of Listermann.
Right.
The people at Blank Slate and Rivertown would probably say Listermann was a big part of. I don't want to put words in their mouth.
Sure, right. Well, and a lot of the people that made Listermann what it was, that big success, that big cap of the wave, or however you want to look at it, they're still in Cincinnati craft beer.
Yeah, that's
they're
the
just
good
at
news.
other places. Yeah, so you're still getting that quality of that craft, just at other places.
Mm-hmm.
But this kind of talking about, it was the new ownership's fault, or it's whatever. I think there are multiple pieces to this puzzle that started before new ownership. But it always makes me think, is it better when you have a place like this, a place that you built from the ground up, that you love, and you're ready to step away from it for whatever reason, health reasons, financial reasons, you're ready to, just take a different journey, whatever that is it better? And I know that there's no right answer. Every location is going to have probably a different answer. Should you try to sell it to someone that hopefully can keep it, maybe not what you had, but still keep it at the same quality level with the way they want things to run? Or is it better to just close the doors while you're still on a high, and so people's memories are, man, this sucks, the beer was always great, the service was always great, everyone knew so much about this, but I get it, it's a shame. How...
Yeah, that's a tough one. Noam talks about it.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's a really tough decision because...
And also the same, how much notice do you owe people? I know that I've mentioned it before for some places. Not that I feel like I ever deserve anything, but at the same time, for the people that are the regulars that have been coming to and supporting your business for weeks, months, years, however long, do they deserve more than just a one-day notice? Especially when you just fucking posted oh, hey, we're having a cellar sale and beers are going to be $10 each and I texted you and Noam and I said,
I know you called it.
I said, why is it the first thing that I think of when I see this post from them? Mm-hmm. We're opening up the cellar, we're going to be doing this first come first serve. I'm like, why does that make me think they're going to close? Mm-hmm. And Gnome said, yeah, if it's Chickow Day, if they would at least do that, then, it would be, part of the celebration. And one of their next posts was Chickow Day, which then turned into, this is our last day of business.
Yep.
You had almost less than 24 hours notice. Now, I understand that there are the potential ramifications of, if we let people know that we're closing in 2 weeks or a week, will any of the employees continue to show up? Will you even be able to stay open that time if people are like, well, if you're closing, that's it, I'm not coming back. But at the same time, for the cornerstone of Cincinnati craft beer that Listermann was, don't you owe it to some of these people to give them a chance to come in from out of town, to give them, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Emotionally, personally, I think that is just a complete kick in the nuts to Listermann for what they did and the community aspect of it. I've never owned a business. I don't want to own a business. I've never been this close to something that has had to shut down before. So I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like to make the decision. We have to close the doors. How do we make sure that we can stay up and running until the actual day that the doors lock for the last time? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's what we don't know as far as the way they made the decision. We don't know. We don't know if that's and we don't know. But
No.
I mean,
It's frustrating.
in an ideal world, they'd still be open, right? I mean, so.
But
Ideally, if they knew that they had to shut the doors, a big announcement with a date on the calendar of some weeks in advance.
we're going out with a party.
Yeah.
We're going out. We're going to be opening up the cellar.
would be
We're going to be
fun.
doing this. We want everyone to show up. We're going to, you're right.
Yeah.
We're going to try to give back to the community one last time, one final hurrah.
Yeah. Well, it didn't happen.
No.
I mean, I hate to see it. Like I said, it wasn't my spot. I didn't frequent the place, but I respect the history of Listermann and what it meant to Cincinnati craft beer for the time that it was in it.
Yeah, but by the time it got to, a year, 2 years, 3 years ago, even before Dan sold it, those kind of final transition years, I mean, things were already, they didn't feel the same.
Yeah.
There were too many, let's try this. It stopped being that same place that I fell in love with. I'm not going to miss what Listermann was when the doors closed.
Yeah. I think a lot of people share that.
And it breaks my heart reading the Reddit comments about, last couple times I went, it sucked. It was never good. The first time I went there was, only a couple months ago. And it was just, why do people talk about this place? That soul, that spark that it had, that was already out.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably the most disappointing thing is that whatever it was that kept that fire burning, and I don't know what that was. Was it the hazies? Was it the big old pastry stouts? Was it the brewers? Was it the GM? I don't know if you can even point to one or two things and say that is what made Listermann.
Well, there's a lot of people out there like that.
Yeah.
And so that's good.
People definitely, if you don't want to watch this on YouTube or Facebook, it will be on his podcast stream. You should at least listen to it because there aren't a lot of times when Gnome really lets his emotional connections to a place shine through in kind of an unedited way. And this is one of those episodes where you hear him just screaming into the void, what is happening? And it's, I don't know. I hate saying it was a good episode because it wasn't, but it's an important one. This is another one to add to that list of important Gnome episodes across all of his shows that need to be watched or listened to or followed up on.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Kolsch night.
Kolsch night, yeah. Sniff and sip count.
Let's go.
All right. He took 8 sniffs.
Okay.
And he took 6 sips in this 1 hour and 45-minute episode.
My goodness.
It stretched on for a bit, but I mean, rightfully so.
Yeah.
That is 28 ounces, according to our drinking game, or 1 3/4 of a pint.
Yeah.
He did more talking than drinking, but you know what?
He also had a
Big
giant,
old beer.
big old beer.
And a lot of Rumplemans rumpling around in his stomach there.
Oh. That had to be strange.
No, I mean a stout with like a peppermint schnapps. No, that can't be strange. That's delicious.
Yeah,
That's
I guess.
Wonderful. It is wonderful. Do you have anything else that you want to bring up or mention before we go through the outro and wrap up this episode?
No, I think I said at the beginning a lot of the stuff that I think I would insert here at the end. So I'm going to say no, I'm good.
All right. Well, I will go ahead and add that to the outro. If you like what we did, you know the drill. Truthbeerpod.com. Links to absolutely everything, including our Patreon, which is where you can get unedited episodes of what we do. I try to cut out all the absolute nonsense and chaos that tends to fill up our shows. Since there's not so much of that on Kolsch nights, if you sign up for the free tier, this one you might get fully unedited as well, which I also dropped last week's episode fully unedited to everyone, free and paid. So,
oh wow,
check it out. See if listen to us fat shame an otter.
Yeah. Forgot about that.
The things we end up talking about that don't make the public cut of the show are
Forgot about that. Whoops.
Are both fantastic and terrifying all at the same time.
Yeah.
And next week, Tuesday, August 26th, 7 to 9 p.m., Higher Gravity Summit Park here in beautiful Blue Ash. Come celebrate our 4-year podcast-iversary, however you're supposed to say that with us.
Yeah.
We'll buy you a beer. It's gonna be low key. It's just gonna be us hanging out, talking, just having a drink as friends.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Hopefully, no one brings tubular meats.
Gnome tubular meats and your tubular meat roller.
Yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah, it's a
maybe.
roller. Yeah.
Sure, that's what we're good for. All right. With that being said, time to get down to Kolsch night. Marco, what are you going to be doing next Tuesday?
I think you just told everybody what we're doing next Tuesday, Julia. Cheers.
Cheers. We'll see you guys there.
See ya.
Bye.